A shattered world. Humanity clings to survival on a ravaged Earth. Monstrous aberrations stalk the wastelands, drawn by a mysterious energy source. You are the Descendant, the last hope armed with unimaginable power. But this power is raw, untamed, and dangerous. We will start with number 8, an innovative grappling hook mechanics. The grappling hook in the First Descendant is a stand-up feature that revolutionizes how players move and interact with the game world. Unlike traditional grappling systems that are often limited to specific anchor points, this hook allows for full 360 degrees movement. This freedom means players can swing in any direction, forward, backward, side to side, providing a dynamic and fluid movement system. This is particularly beneficial for quickly navigating through the game's various terrains, reaching high places, and avoiding obstacles or enemies with ease. One of the most significant advantages of the grappling hook is its non-contact sensitive design. Players can grapple to any point in the environment, not just predetermined spots. This open-ended approach greatly enhances the player's sense of freedom and control, allowing for creative and strategic use of the grappling hook. Whether swinging across vast chasms, scaling tall structures, or zipping through dense forests, the grappling hook adapts to the player's needs and imagination. The grappling hook isn't just about moving from point A to point B. It incorporates elements of momentum and inertia, making traversal more engaging and realistic. Players can adjust their speed and direction mid-swing, adding a layer of skill and precision to movement. This system encourages players to master the mechanics, rewarding those who can fluidly chain together swings and movements to navigate complex environments swiftly. On number 7, we will talk about extensive build customization with power modules. Power modules are the cornerstone of customization in the First Descendant, offering players the ability to significantly modify and enhance their characters and weapons. At launch, the game will feature over 600 different modules, which were previously referred to as runes. These modules provide a vast array of customization options that cater to various playstyles and strategies. The extensive range of modules allows players to tailor their characters and weapons to suit their specific playstyles and preferences. Whether a player prefers to be a frontline tank soaking up damage, a nimble and agile fighter focusing on quick, precise strikes, or a support character enhancing allies' abilities, the available modules provide the flexibility to create the ideal build. Recognizing that the sheer number of options can be overwhelming, the First Descendant includes a loadout system. This feature enables players to create and save multiple module setups, allowing them to switch between different builds quickly and easily. This is particularly useful for adapting to different missions, enemy types, or team compositions without the need to manually reconfigure each module every time. On number 6, we will talk about no player versus player at launch. The First Descendant is designed as a player versus environment shooter, prioritizing cooperative gameplay and narrative-driven missions. This focus ensures that players experience a well-crafted and immersive world where they can team up to tackle various challenges and enemies without the complications and balance issues that often come with player versus player modes. Player versus player requires meticulous balancing to ensure fairness and competitiveness. By concentrating solely on player versus environment, the developers can fine-tune the core mechanics and balance the game's systems without the added complexity of player versus player interactions. This approach helps in delivering a more polished and enjoyable experience for players at launch. Developing and maintaining a player versus player mode demands significant resources. By postponing player versus player, the development team can allocate their resources more effectively, focusing on refining the player versus environment content, addressing player feedback, and ensuring a smooth launch. On number 5 comes rich cosmetic customization. While the First Descendant does not feature full character creation, it more than makes up for this with an extensive array of cosmetic customization options. This system allows players to infuse their characters with personality and flair, ensuring that each player's avatar stands out in the game world. Below is an in-depth look at the different aspects of cosmetic customization available in the game. This system ensures that players who take on tougher challenges are adequately rewarded with gear that reflects their effort and skill. That's it for the must-know secrets before you conquer the First Descendant. With this knowledge in your arsenal, you're primed to unleash your power and carve your own destiny. Remember, Descendant, the fate of a broken world rests on your shoulders. Character skins are the primary way to change the visual appearance of your character. These skins can range from subtle color changes to entirely new outfits and designs that reflect different themes or styles. Each character in the game comes with a set of pre-existing backstories and lore, and the skins often complement these narratives, allowing players to visually express their character's identity or diverge completely for a unique look. Weapon skins offer another layer of personalization, allowing players to modify the appearance of their weapons. This means you can make your arsenal look as stylish or as intimidating as you want. Weapon skins not only change the color but also often alter the texture and design of the weapons, making them look more futuristic, battle-worn, or even fantastical. On number 4, we will discuss enhanced open-world fields. The First Descendant's open-world fields have undergone significant improvements to address feedback from early beta testers who found the environments too sparse and lacking in engaging activities. In response, the developers have worked meticulously to populate these fields with a variety of content designed to keep players entertained and invested in the game world. One of the most notable additions to the open-world fields is the inclusion of mini-games. These provide a fun diversion from the main story and core missions, offering players unique challenges and opportunities to earn rewards. The mini-games vary in type, ensuring that there's something to suit different tastes and play styles, from simple puzzle-solving tasks to more complex and interactive activities. The fields are now rich with collectibles that players can hunt for. These collectibles not only serve as an incentive for exploration but also tie into the lore of the game, providing deeper insight into the world and its history. Collecting these items often requires keen observation and sometimes clever problem-solving, adding another layer of engagement to the gameplay. On number 3, we have smaller, more action-packed mission areas. During the initial beta tests of the First Descendant, players experienced missions in large, expansive open-world fields. While this provided a sense of scale and freedom, it also introduced several issues. The vastness of these areas led to longer travel times between points of interest and objectives, resulting in significant downtime. Players often found themselves traversing large empty spaces, which disrupted the flow of gameplay and reduced the overall excitement and intensity of missions. In response to player feedback, the developers restructured the mission areas to focus on smaller, more concentrated battlefield maps. This adjustment was aimed at addressing the issues of downtime and infrequent combat encounters. By reducing the size of the mission areas, the game now ensures that players are constantly engaged in action, minimizing the periods of inactivity and maintaining a steady pace throughout each mission. In number 2, we will talk about challenging endgame content. Instance dungeons in the First Descendant are tailored for high-level players who have maxed out certain aspects of their characters. These dungeons are crafted to provide a significant challenge beyond regular missions. Each instance dungeon is uniquely designed with distinct aesthetics, layouts, and themes that align with the game's lore. The environments are immersive and often incorporate elements that enhance the dungeon's overall challenge and appeal. Each dungeon comes with 2 difficulty settings, normal and hard. The hard mode is particularly designed for players seeking an intense challenge, with tougher enemies, more complex traps, and intricate puzzles. The enemies and obstacles within these dungeons scale in difficulty based on the selected mode, providing a more formidable experience in hard mode. This scaling ensures that players face appropriate challenges that test their skills and strategies. At number 1, we have difficulty modes with reward variations. In the First Descendant, players have the option to select between normal and hard difficulty settings for both missions and open-world fields. This choice allows players to tailor their gaming experience based on their skill level and desired challenge. Playing on hard difficulty offers significantly increased drop rates for loot and gear. This incentive encourages players to tackle more challenging content for better rewards. Higher difficulty levels are designed to yield rarer and more powerful items, which are essential for progressing in endgame content and further customizing character builds. The quality and rarity of gear obtained in hard difficulty are generally superior compared to normal difficulty. Players can expect to find weapons, modules, and other items with enhanced stats and unique attributes that are not as commonly found in normal difficulty.